All right, it's on. That's another thing, too. Another pro tip for podcasting. Make sure you press record.
Yes. Like, very important.
Yeah. Is that going? That's going. Okay. And like I said, the YouTube video, let's talk about YouTube really quick, because I'll cut this out. So this is just for my YouTubers. If you guys are watching on YouTube, I don't know how to edit. Okay, and if we go over 30 minutes, I'm not going to be stressed about it anymore. So if it cuts off, you can just listen to it on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, Amazon, or on the website midlifecraving.com, because it's too much. I got to figure that out. But yeah, so I'll figure that out. Okay. Welcome to Midlife Craving. Erica, I'm so excited for you to be here today. I've been talking to you for like, I don't know, 3 hours now.
It feels like it.
And I was like, okay, we need to press record. I just met you last week, and you are aspiring podcaster.
Yes,
and I'm so
am.
excited for you. So tell me about your idea and what you are looking to do in the podcast space.
So I am going to be focusing on what it's like to. So what it's like to end your marriage, and what it's like to start over, what it's like to have an abortion, what it's like to raise a daughter when you don't have a mother role model, and really start getting into the stories. Like, those are my stories, but then also getting other people's stories, and sharing with the world, because I think that, you know, we all experience a lot in our lives, but we don't all talk about what we're experiencing, and I think that you can end up feeling really isolated if you have this experience, and maybe the people in your immediate circle don't know how to talk to you, they don't understand. And I kind of picture it as like something that maybe if they have experienced that, they can send it to someone and be like, yeah, that's what she said.
I love
this
that.
Is what I've been trying to explain to you, you know?
Yeah, I absolutely love your idea. I'm a little jealous I didn't think about it. I think it's going to be really great, and I am just so excited to see you grow, and I can't wait to listen. You'll have to come back on the show once you get a couple episodes launched and talk about it.
Yeah.
Maybe I could be a guest. What it's like to have a sex podcast.
Yes, what it's like to be in the lifestyle.
Oh, yeah. I could totally do an episode on that.
Yeah.
I have a lot to say about that. Okay, so really quick before we get started, because today we're going to be talking about do's and don'ts in midlife.
Yes.
I think the other day when we were having conversation at lunch, we had such good conversation. I think I even said to you, I was like, damn, this could be a good episode. And it was like, you know, Adrian, what did you do differently? We were talking a lot about dating and stuff. And I was like, you know what? That's a really good thing. So we both have so much experience. Let's just give like a list of do's and don'ts and things that we should be aspiring to be in our 40s, right? Like, I mean, you know, the midlife phase, because we learned so much in the past and we're just trying to move forward better. So we'll talk about all those, and you have the best ideas ever. So I'm just gonna let you lead with them, and we'll just share everything and go from there.
Fantastic.
Before we get started though, I just want to say I haven't even told you about my day. I've had a crazy fucking day. Well, crazy 24 hours. So, okay. My daughter is going away for the next week. And so Mr. Wright and I were like, oh, like, let's book an adult vacation, like a true vacation. Because, you know, Disney World or anywhere you're going with your kids, that's called a trip.
Yes.
That's not a vacation.
No.
Okay, so we're going to paradise, right? You know, we're not going to make food. We don't have to. It's unlimited. It's all inclusive, and there's no kids. So to me, a true vacation.
Yes.
And she was supposed to leave yesterday, and her dad, like, you know, father of the year, he's like, just forgot, and he was like, oh, I thought I was coming to get you tomorrow. And she's like, the poor kid was like waiting by the door. I'm like, shit. So I was so busy and running around, and Mr. Wright and I were like really excited to like have a night, because we have her majority of the time, which is perfectly fine. But I've talked about the struggles of like getting it in.
Yeah.
When you have a kid in the house, right? Especially a teenager, because they're all been your shit.
The struggle is real.
Oh my God. And I hate being quiet. So I'm like, oh, I can't wait to fuck. Like, he even texts me. He's like, can't wait to fuck you later. I'm like, yeah, me too. So he comes in the house and he's like, you better get down here, girl, and take care of this, or something like that. And my daughter was like, hello? He was like, what the fuck? And I was like, oh my God, she's home. And he was like, what? He was like, shit. And it was funny. But we actually ended up having a really good night. We took her to dinner, and then we went and saw Katina and a bunch of our friends, and it ended up being a lot of fun. And I'm really glad we had that like time with her, like a last night with her. So she left today, and then we leave next week. So I'm going to be taking a week off from podcasting. I will be back on Tuesday, July 29th. So last night we're having fun with friends. We're doing whatever. And we actually were like all dancing in the car and like having so much fun coming home. We had all the windows down. We were all like, it was really, really fun. And passed out, went to bed. Next day, I get up and I'm on calls and doing my thing. And he's like getting ready to go to work. And I see he comes back. I'm like, what's he doing? He's running upstairs, but I couldn't pay attention because I'm on calls. And he's like, so if I get off my call and he's like, I can't find my wallet. And I'm like, what? Mind you, we're leaving the country.
Right.
And I'm like, what do you mean? Like, what do you mean you can't find your wallet? And he's like, I don't know. I think I left it at the restaurant with Katina and them. And I'm like, did you? Like, I don't know. So then we're tearing up the couches.
The worst.
And I'll tell you something so funny. My daughter was like, I don't understand why this is my problem now. And I'm like, you are so smart, girl. And I'm like, it's not our problem, but we love him. We want to help him. So, girl, we're tearing up the house. We're doing all kinds of shit. Then he had to go to work. He had no gas in his car.
Oh, no.
And he's like, Adrian, I gotta take your car. And I'm like, oh my God. So he's taking my car. I got his car. I went and got him gas because he has nothing, right? So I went and got him gas and I was like, I'm going to go back to the parking lot and I'll go to the restaurant because he had called, but I was like, let me just go in. So then we're searching the parking lot. We're going in the restaurant. We're doing all this stuff. I'm sweating. I'm like, oh my God. And mind you, like, this is my lunch break. This is like what I did on my lunch break. So we come back. We tear the house up. I mean, we're looking fucking everywhere. And the bartender who we're friends with there was like, you might want to ask this guy, one of our friends, I don't want to say names, but he's like, you might want to ask this guy because like he was kind of drunk last night and he might have accidentally taken it. And I was like, no, that wouldn't have happened. So whatever. I said, turn off all your cards. And I really did think, Erica, I was like, if someone stole it, you would have had charges by now.
Yeah.
So I was like, just turn your shit off and let's wait. But also it's a pressure because like we're leaving right in a couple days. So I'm like, oh my God, we have passports and we're not spending any money when we go, but still, like, what a pain in the dick, right?
Yeah.
And I was kind of frustrated because like, he's always losing his wallet. Like, he is so put together.
He needs an air tag in that thing.
I told him, I said, you are buying a wallet with an air tag. Like, I'm done with this shit. And
Fix
also,
this.
There's a reason, people make fun of me for wearing a fanny pack. Do you want to know what? I never forget my shit. I always come home with my keys, my wallet, my phone. Okay?
Fanny packs came back.
I've been wearing them when they weren't popular, and I'll wear them when they're not popular again. I don't give a fuck, because I like to be hands-free, and I leave shit. I don't bring jackets in the winter, because I leave shit.
Yeah.
Okay. So, so I went and worked out with Katina, and I knew I was meeting up with you, so I'm running around, doing all kinds of stuff. My daughter was leaving. It was an emotional time. And I get a text, and he's like, oh my God, Adrian, our friend has it. He just texted me. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
Why do you wait all day?
Well, he didn't know. He had it on, he dropped it on top of his refrigerator in the back. He was like, I didn't know. I didn't pay attention. I'm like, this motherfucker said, he was like, he's actually going back up to the bar tonight. I was like, okay, it's by the gym. So I ran in there. That's why I was texting you, and I'm like, all right, I'm going to try to get a shower, you know, and met with him. I go in, and I'm like, what's up, Sticky Bandit? He's like, you know. And it was just, I'm like, Jesus. So then the worst part is Mr. Wright canceled 3 of his credit cards and reordered new ones. I'm like, you shouldn't have done that. But this is going to be called a lesson learned. And that's called stupid tax, by the way. Like, you're going to have to deal with all this shit because you forgot your wallet again. So anyways, this is a long fucking day, but I wanted to tell you, I sent him a video, and I was like, I got your wallet, and I was like, you know, and I was like, and your price, I was like, look, I'm happy to do this for you, and like run around, I was like, because I love you, and you would do this for me. I was like, but you're going to pay tax, and that's going to be, you're going to do the ABCs with your tongue on my clit, whenever I feel like it.
So, I feel like that's only fair.
Right?
That you're getting them off, like, it's an easy.
Yeah, I'm like, listen, like, this is not a bad punishment. That is a gift. I know. And by the way, the capital letter G is my favorite.
Oh.
The ABCs.
I've never even thought about it. I've never actually specifically known if somebody was doing the ABCs.
Well, have them try it.
Okay.
I'm serious. It's amazing. And I love the letter G. I'm like, do the G like 10,000 times.
G.
Yeah.
G.
Yes, it's G. So funny. I also just want to say, a lot of people ask me when I travel, do I take toys with me? Yes, I do. Always. And this trip, I'm taking Coco, one of my favorite bullet vibrators from tracysdog.com. And like always, you can get 20% off of your entire order using code Cravers20. That's CRAVERS20 on tracysdog.com. Get 20% off. And Coco is the best.
Is she one that's going to join you like in the pool, or is she one that sort of stays?
We do have a little private pool area, but no, I'll probably keep it inside. Okay. But what I love about her, she's whisper quiet and like perfect with partners. Sometimes like the wand is amazing, but it's a little loud. Yeah, it can be a little distracting.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So, all right, like I said, we are off. I'm so excited. We're going to Grenada. I'm so excited.
That'll be great.
It's going to be amazing. It's our first real trip together. We'll be together a year, which is insane.
Oh.
I can't even believe that. And it just kind of coincidentally landed at the same time. But like a true paradise, you know, like no kids. 'Cause we went to Disney World together and we travel, you know, different places.
Yeah, no, this is a very different experience.
It's a big trip. Yes, I'm excited.
Yes.
God, I can't wait to have sex every day, all day. Oh,
Yep, and there's lots of places to do it too.
I'm so excited. You have no idea.
I'm always a fan of like the sneaky public sex.
Me too.
You know?
Mm-hmm. God bless you.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what's going on with me, and that was my crazy fucking day, and I have his wallet sitting upstairs on the countertop, and I'm like, this motherfucker. But anyways, okay, let's get right into things. I'm gonna let you lead a little bit too, just because your ideas are so perfect, and I'm like, let's do this thing. So
All
tell
right.
us do's and don'ts
Yes.
of midlife, or
Yes.
just being a fucking grown ass adult.
Yes.
Right?
That's what we're trying to do here.
Yeah, that's the goal.
Though I feel like many of us still feel trapped in our 20s, but you know, doing our best.
Yes.
So my very first one is you need to take the day off and go do something fun.
Mm-hmm.
I recently had a friend organize what she called a senior skip day,
I
where
love that
everybody
idea.
got together and they went tubing and they floated down a river all afternoon on a Thursday.
I love that.
You know, just do some shit like that.
Take
once in
the
a while.
fucking PTO.
Yes.
Yeah, I
It's
learned
worth
that.
it.
Mm-hmm.
So much fun.
Yeah, don't work. You know, it's funny as you get older too. Like I always joke around about I want to get my job at Wawa. Like I'm gonna work the 6 to 2 shift. I'm gonna see my regulars. Good morning, Jim. Good morning, Bob. And then go about my day. Be on the beach by 2:30
Mm-hmm.
and just push buttons.
Yeah.
Is your coffee too hot? That's my biggest
Yeah,
problem.
make some sandwiches. I used to work at a convenience store.
Yeah.
Pour the coffee, make the sandwiches, sell some lotto tickets, and be on your way.
There's something about wanting to climb the corporate ladder, and you do it, and then you suddenly realize, like, my ladder's propped against the wrong fucking house.
Yeah.
You know? So.
Yeah. Or that
Take the time
that
off.
all it does is ends at the top and you fall off and die.
Yeah. And they have your stuff, you know, they have the job wreck out before you even got back up.
Yeah, exactly. They've got the person on the ladder behind you already climbing up, waiting for you to tip
Oh, yeah.
over the top.
Oh, yeah. So that's a good one. Take the time
Yes.
off. I love the idea of the senior skip day.
Yes, it was a
Amazing.
great idea.
Agreed.
Another one is to lift some fucking weights,
Mhm.
especially if you are a woman.
Yes.
It is going to be so important to your health and well-being moving forward that
Mhm.
you actually have strong muscles and bones.
Agreed.
And, you know, I think a lot of women are not aware of how progressively challenging it can be to get older.
I know.
But that lifting weights, getting in the weight room, and
Mhm.
moving some iron will
And you're not gonna
do a
get
world of
big.
difference. Right? No, you
Tina
don't
and I
have
talk
to get
about
big.
that. Mm-hmm.
No. The only reason men get so big is because they take steroids.
I know. Right?
Most men
Yeah.
just look toned,
I
right?
know,
And
yeah.
they're automatically born with less body fat than women.
Mhm.
So it's like they are the ones that more naturally get that tone look.
Yep.
But the dudes that are big that you think you're
Right.
avoiding by not going to the weight room,
Mhm.
those dudes are taking drugs.
I know. You literally will have to work with drugs and overdrive and meal. I mean,
Yeah,
get
and
bulk.
so
Oh my God.
much protein and creatine, which, by the way, I will also add that women should be taking too.
I know.
Is eat your
Getting-
protein,
yes, it's
get
true.
your creatine in. It's good collagen, all the good
What's
stuff.
the year that we have to start getting bone density tests?
Oh God, I don't know. Once we get our AARP cards,
You could do an episode, what it's like to get a mammogram, what it's like to get a colonoscopy.
Oh my God,
what it's like to
yes!
get a-
What it's like to get a mammogram.
what it's like to get seniors discount.
What it's like to get
Cool.
cheaper coffee at
Listen,
McDonald's.
I'm not a fan. I mean, I'm not opposed to getting, you know, dinner at 5 and being in bed by 9.
I mean, I think that's great. I think that's the ideal dinner time at this point. You get a good night's sleep.
Oh my God. I'm always like, Mr. Wright, early bedtime tonight? Oh, I love it early. I love when the sun's still out and it's 8:30 and I'm like, put the movie on. Like, I actually crave that.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
love it.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
Okay, another do.
My next one is going to be do address your hormones. And so this is in a similar line to, you know, getting in the weight room. Is, you know, your hormones are changing a lot. And this is for men and women.
Yes.
And I more specifically am speaking to the men on this one because you know, stereotypically men are not going to the doctor at the same rate women are.
Mm-hmm.
And I think men don't realize when they're in their 40s that their testosterone levels are dropping, and
Agreed.
it would really benefit them and their sex lives to go get that tested, make sure things are okay, and if it's not, get some supplements because some testosterone will make a big difference for you, sirs.
Agreed. I talked a lot about this. I did an episode on the day my vagina changed
Mhm.
because I got on estrogen and like I was having a lot of incontinence and I was nervous about talking talking about it, but I'm like, this is happening all the time.
Yes.
And I went to pelvic floor physical therapy, and it changed my life. And if something's, go to your doctor.
Yes.
It's so worth it. And
it really is.
I will say most of the men in the lifestyle, they're on T. They are taking what do you call it, swinger insurance. They're taking the pills. Like, you know what I mean?
I mean,
So,
please,
nothing wrong with it.
I wish more men would.
Me too.
Nobody wants your sludgy dick. Like, get it hard again.
Yeah.
Please. Thank you. Please and thank you.
Other pro tip too, try a cock ring. Cock rings really work.
Ooh, yeah.
Because you can't take Viagra every fucking time.
True.
I used to date a guy that did, and I always knew when he did it because he would get really, like, sinusy after he came. And he's like, I'm like, you taking that fucking shit again? I didn't say that because he fucking threw it down. So I'm like, we're good. Anyways.
Yes. So check those hormones.
Yes. Vital.
And women. Another do is to create, you do want to create boundaries in your life. I think that it's really important to take a look at when you have your interactions with people, do you have a healthy boundary?
Yeah.
You know, I think that we have a tendency to go into like people-pleasing situations, or we think that boundaries are for other people, and we tell someone else, you should do this, or I don't want you doing this or doing that.
Agreed.
When really the true boundary is saying, if you do this, I'm not going to engage with you anymore. I'm not going to spend time with you anymore.
Yeah, and I actually talked about on an episode forever ago how when I was in my 20s, my boundaries were in pencil. I got erased all the time. And then in my 30s, it was like in pen, right? And then now it's a fucking Sharpie.
Yeah.
And like we're not erasing that.
Nope.
It's not changing. It's permanent.
Yeah, I think that's really important. It can create a world of difference in how you feel about your day-to-day life when you know that you're the one in control of how you're dealing with and interacting with people.
It leads to greater happiness, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And so in the same, let's see. Sorry, I'm jumping.
You're good.
Another do is do get a hobby.
I love that.
I think that especially if you've had kids, you can easily lose yourself to being a parent.
Yeah.
And you've let all of the things that you used to love to do slowly slip away, or actually instantly slip away the moment they were born.
Yep.
And now you spend all of your time hauling them to their sports and their events, and you know, you still need something for yourself.
So true, Erica. I think it's vital, actually. And then also because it gets out your creative side, it gives you something to be proud of. And this can't count, it's not work.
Right.
Right. And it's something for like podcasting is that for me. And, you know, the lifestyle stuff and like but it is really it's vital to having your sense of self and having your own happiness. I think another one of your dues is you can't get happiness from anyone else on this earth but yourself. So that's a big deal.
Yes, it is.
And I also want to encourage people, try something new. I tell a lot of people that when they're getting out of a divorce, they're breaking up with somebody, I'm like, I want you to go do something new. Try something you've never done before. It could be take a ceramics class, learn Photoshop, apply to, you know, be a dog walker. Try something that you know what I mean?
Show up at like a hiking group meetup or something.
Yes,
Like just do
run
something.
Club. And like that, when you're out of your comfort zone, that's where the magic happens.
Yeah.
Starting
And
this
it's so
podcast.
hard.
And you're going to feel that way when you're starting yours too. And you're going to be discouraged. You're going to be overwhelmed. But that's really where the magic happens. Like you'll be so proud of yourself. Nobody can take that away from you.
You're such a good hiker.
It's true. I'm excited for you. I love podcasters and meeting other podcasters.
Yeah, it'll be a lot of fun, I think.
Yes.
So another do that I have is do leave if you are unhappy. And that's a tough one, right? Because you build a life. Many people are in relationships by the time they're in their 40s, have been married, kids, all that stuff, or even without the kids. But you know, if you are unhappy, especially if you have kids, this notion of waiting till the kids are older is you are just letting your life slip away.
I agree. And big thing that I learned in therapy and after because I felt like I was a failure. I failed my daughter because I broke up her family. And she told me, Adrienne, you only need one healthy parent to thrive. And when I was with him, I couldn't be healthy.
Right.
So you are literally doing yourself and your children a disservice by staying unhappy. And they see that, by the way. I'll never forget one time, my daughter and I were watching the Santa Claus. And in the very beginning, like his ex-wife comes over and drops Charlie off and they're bickering. And he goes, all you guys do is fight, me. And my daughter goes, Mom, look, it's you and Daddy. And I was like, holy shit. Like she was 2, 3. And she's like, look, it's you and Daddy. That's how you talk. I was like, oh my God, like you don't think about it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. And people are so scared. But I like to say the alternative is worse.
It is.
It's okay to be scared. We both have started over. It's fucking terrifying. I barely held on to what I have. I mean, literally, I ate peanut butter and jelly for weeks. I didn't go shopping. I had no life because I was sacrificing to stay in the house for my daughter and keep her in the same school. And it was really fucking hard. And I was terrified. There's a lot of times I thought I wasn't going to be able to do it. But I could not staying. Oh my God, no.
Yeah, the notion that you should have to sacrifice your happiness and your well-being from some sort of societal structure that we've been told must exist for the well-being of our children, it's just not true. Because like you said, like our kids are going to be so much better off having parents that are happy.
Mm-hmm. I mean, my daughter sees, and I went through a lot with being single mom, and she saw all those struggles, but I think that made her stronger.
Yeah.
Because she got to see, the real deal. She grew up in fairy tale, because life is not a fairy tale.
Right.
Disney lies.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, we do a lot of protecting of our kids these days, right? And so I don't know that they struggle as much as they could. Mm-hmm. I know that I definitely spend a lot of time trying to protect my children from feeling feelings that they don't like, and anything that could make them uncomfortable or unhappy, because like you, I also feel at times like I failed them by ending my marriage, and but really they're going to be okay.
Yeah.
Right? They're going to be okay.
Yep. That's right.
We're doing a better job than our parents did. I mean,
agreed.
Right off the
bat.
So that does lead me to my next which is learn to sit in the messy feelings. Mm-hmm. And that is something that was really important, especially when I left my marriage. COVID happened and lockdown happened about 3 weeks after I moved out.
Oh my God.
And so I had to sit by myself in my new house and just be messy.
Yeah.
But I think it was probably the greatest gift I had in processing all of the very wild feelings, right? Because there's relief, there's stress, there's anxiety, there's joy, and all of it just leads to you just like I had a dog at the time that didn't like when I ugly cried. Aww. And so I'd be sitting on the couch bawling, and she'd look over and she'd get up and like go to the other room because she didn't want to deal with me and my ugly cries.
That's funny. My dog is like, I'll help you.
Yeah, but that's what most dogs are supposed to be. I don't understand why I don't know, she couldn't handle it. She couldn't sit with my messy feelings, but
sorry. I think that's a very important thing to say, because I made an epic fail and mistake of not dealing with any of the feelings from my marriage or like healing at all whatsoever. And it really, I feel like I'm gonna I gotta lay off the cigarettes. Just kidding. Never smoked a day in my life, and I don't recommend it. But I didn't heal myself at all. And what I did was I carried all that shit into my next relationship. And I got in a relationship way too fast with Prince Charming is what I called him. I haven't talked about him in forever, but I fucked up. And then after I got out of that relationship, I took the time. I did a 60-day no-D diet. Like I had no roster, no men, no U-ups, no WIDs. And it changed. I sat with my fucking feelings. Yeah. I love that. It's so true.
Yeah.
To what you need to do.
Because, I mean, I think our tendency still, even having done that for myself, I still, when I have hard feelings, want to seek out something else to feel.
I have a friend right now, and if you're listening, I don't care. She needs to sit and feel her feels. And so she's like, I need to get laid. I need a man I need to get my rocks off. And I'm like, that's the last thing you need to do. Yeah. You need to focus on yourself, love yourself, heal yourself. Yeah. And I love you if you're listening. Keep going.
I love you, Anne. So
I love you, but that could be another podcast. You fucking forget your wallet too much, bitch. Just kidding.
Okay, so I think this is my final do. Okay. Do take a good look in the mirror. Mm-hmm. Because if there is something that triggers you about someone else, it usually means that you need to look inside. There's something there that you need to look at, because especially when it comes to judgment of other people, if you find yourself sort of outwardly judging, to take a look at why do I feel so upset about whatever it is this person is doing or saying,
we could start a talk show about that.
Yeah.
It's so true. And I've talked a lot about looking in the mirror on this show, and it's all about accountability too, which the world really lacks. when I've talked a lot about, and I've shared with you how this show has impacted my life in every fucking way possible. And I used to take the criticism really hard. It was tough. I mean, there was a time where I really wanted to quit podcasting. But then I just remembered and considered the source. And I was like, I'm going to be, I'm going to have empathy for what they're going through in their lives and what they're lacking, because this clearly has nothing to do with me.
Right.
And a lot of people that are haters of me, who call me, they slut shame me and stuff like that, they don't have a sex life.
Right.
Or they're miserable with their spouse.
Yep.
Or, and so I just try to remember that. And so that's really true. Like, why am I feeling this way? If,
Yes.
Yeah, and we all do it all the time.
It's a very normal human thing to do, but it is something that you can find some actual personal growth from. If even one time you look and see that you have anger towards someone and truly think about, what is it in me that I see in them?
It's funny, I do want to share this. I think I told you earlier, one of the things that I hate so much is I can't wear like a traditional bikini. So when I actually have those feelings and those like instant knee-jerk reactions where I'm like, that bathing suit is way too skimpy on her. But really it's me being jealous that I can't wear those skimpy little suits anymore because I have, I had a hysterectomy. So it's me being insecure about my body. But, and I immediately stopped myself because I'm like, wait a minute, I could have cancer and be dying right now. Like, I love my body. It's gotten me through a lot. It gave birth to my beautiful baby girl. Like, you know what I mean? And I can't compare myself to this 20-year-old who looks amazing in a string bikini. Like, back in the day, I could rock that shit too. But, it's funny how, like, it happens all the time.
Yeah.
If you have the emotional, what am I looking for? Like the emotional intelligence to say yourself, to stop yourself and be like, wait a minute, it's okay. And like, she's in her heyday, let it rip, girl.
Right, because on the flip side of the bikini thing, if someone that is like fat, and I am fat, so I can use that word.
Up.
It's fine.
No, you're not. Stop.
But it's when you exist in a larger body, right? Say people say shit to you, like regarding your body, they basically want to see you shrink or, whatever. It's like, oh, I'm looking out for your health. And it's just like, no, there's something there that like, you need to look at like, why does someone else's fatness trigger you?
Yeah. Or anything about them.
Yeah, anything about them.
Yeah.
Right. Anytime we're commenting, especially if we're commenting on somebody's bodies, it's a self thing that needs to be looked at.
You're exactly right. I mean, I can go on and on about that. There's so much to talk about. All right, let's get into our don'ts.
Yes, let's get our don'ts.
Never do it.
So, don't spend time with people you don't like or that bring you down. Life is too short. Yeah, I mean, yes.
I know.
I know that there's times that it's hard to do that, but I really think that like if you're in a circle of friends and there's a bunch of those people you don't really like, that's not really your circle.
I know. Another thing too is I have friends that say, I didn't get invited to this or that, and I'm like, they're not your real friends. Katina, who was my best friend, my soul sister, my soulmate in life. She's my everything. She's been on the show, and I wish everyone in their life had a Katina. She's just the fucking best. But she'll say to me, Adrienne, are they energy debit or an energy credit? And I'm like, think about that. And she'll say to me, she'll be like, that girl's an energy suck. Get away.
Yeah.
It's funny because when I first met, it was like a month into dating Mr. Right. My biggest worry was him meeting Katina because I was like, what she says, I'm going with. She is always right. Her intuition is unfucking beatable.
Yeah.
And she loved him. And I was like,
thank God.
I'm thinking, I'm still going to fuck him for as long as I want anyway. But
right. We don't ever have to listen to our friends.
She's always fucking right.
Yeah.
In fact, the only fight we ever had, we were talking about alcoholism earlier together off the show, but was our only fight. And we didn't talk for 3 days, which, by the way, that's a big deal for us, is because she said to me, she pulled me aside and she was like, I think that he's an alcoholic. And I was like, oh my God, because I was like, I just got out of a bad marriage. Like, you should be happy for me. Like, why would you ever tell me something negative about him? And the reason why it hurt so much is because she was right. And I'll never forget, I was in a Walmart parking lot and I called her and I was in a mess. And after the 3 days, and I was like, the reason why I'm mad at you is because I know you're fucking right. And I hate that you're right. And I'm in too deep with him. And I'm going to try to seek help. And it was just a fucking snowball effect.
Because it's like, once you recognize that, you can't go back.
No. And it was brutal. And she was literally saying it out of love and care and concern. It was not coming from a bad place. And Your true friends and people that we were just saying, people who surround you that love and genuinely are there for you. That, that's the way it is.
Yep. Yeah, definitely with the energy.
Yeah.
That they lift you up. They energize you, not they suck the life out of you.
Let me just remind everyone: no one, and I mean no one, that's doing better than you is going to criticize you.
Yes.
Period.
That is 100% true.
Mm-hmm. So remember that.
Yep. Very much so.
Yeah. This is good shit, by the way. I love this. I hope like the Cravers that are listening, I hope that like if you